fog and filthy air.
And yes!
The day is on!
Now the battle has been lost and won. I bring knowledge of the broil. How Duncan, Scotland's worthy king, triumphs against Norway. Thanks to brave Macbeth, his brandished steel, his courage, and despite that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor. This pronounces Cawdor's present death, and what Cawdor's lost, noble Macbeth will win. Those who tender faithful service must be rewarded.
Where hast thou been, sister? Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnut in her lap and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I. Avoint thee, witch, the rump-fed Runyon cried. Ha! Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master o' the tiger, and in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind.
Thou'rt kind.
And I another.
I myself have all the other. A drum! Macbeth doth come.
The weird sisters, hand in hand, hostess of the sea and land, thus to go about, thrice to line and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up nine. Peace, the charms wound up.
This way, sir, get on!
Oh, so foul and fair a day I have not seen.
What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire, that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it. Live you? Or are you aught that man may question?
Speak if you can. What are you?
Hail to thee, Thane of Glums.
Hail to thee, Macbeth. Hail, Thane of Cawdor. All hail, Macbeth, that shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly you show? My noble partner you greet with present grace, and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope, that he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not, if you can see into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not. Speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favours nor your hate. Hail!
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 Lesser than Macbeth and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none.
So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth.
All hail.
All hail.
All hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. By Sinel's death I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why, upon this blasted heath, you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you.
Well, the earth has bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air. And what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed.
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes no reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
This from the king. He bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail most worthy Thane.
What? Can the devil speak true?
They met me in the day of success, and I have learnt by the perfectest report that they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned with desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before the weird sisters did salute me, and referred me to the coming on of time with Hail King, that shalt be.
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it.
So please you, it is true. He comes with Macbeth.
The raven himself is horse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits who tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Great Glamis,
My love.
worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all hail hereafter.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book, where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favour ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
The king and royal party.
Duncan, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, come.
If it were done, when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surceased success, that but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all. Here, but here upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. How now? What news? Hath he asked for me?
Well, know you not he has?
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honoured me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people which would be worn now, in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time, such I account thy love.
Prithee, peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man.
If we should fail.
We? Fail? But screw your courage to the sticking place and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's long journey soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so beguile that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, the receipt of reason a Lidenbeck only. when in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as in a death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
Who's that?
A friend.
But, sir, not yet at rest. The king's abed. He hath been an unusual pleasure, and hath sent forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond he greets your wife withal, in the name of most kind hostess. I dreamt last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have showed some truth.
I think not of them. Yet when we can entreat an hour to spare, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest pleasure.
Good repose the while. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind? A false creation proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? Ah! I see thee yet. In form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way that I was going. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts. And take the present horror from the time which suits with it. Whilst I threat he lives. I go and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Ah. Peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternst good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, so that death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there? What? Oh!
Alack, I'm afraid they have a wait, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark! I left the daggers ready. He could not miss 'em. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband!
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now?
As I descended?
I?
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donalbain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh in sleep, and one cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them. One cried, God bless us, and amen the other. I stood and heard them.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could not I pronounce amen? Amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard her voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the ravelled sleeve of care. The death of each day's life. Sore labour's bath, balm of hurt lives. Great nature's second course. Chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
And still it cried, sleep no more, to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more, Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of such things. Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on't again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose. Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? I wish 'twas me that every noise appalls me. What hands are here? Oh, they pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand?
My hands are of your colour, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our bedchamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wake Duncan with thy knocking. I would thou could.
Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Horror, horror! Do not bid me speak! See and then speak yourselves!
It is Macbeth who finds his royal master Duncan dead, and the king's servants also slain. Killed by Macbeth because they were guilty, so he says, of Duncan's murder. And the king's son Malcolm, what will he do now? Well, you can't consort with those you think are false. What else can you do? Leave Scotland for the safety of England. And with the heir to the throne no longer here, who's to be king?
Thou hast it now. King, Glamis, Cawdor, all as the weird women promised, and I fear thou playedst most foully for it. And yet it has been said that it shall not stand on thy posterity, but that myself shall be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, why, by the verities made good on thee, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope. Hush, no more.
The king and queen. But safely so? There's uncertainty. He feels it. She says what's done is done. Pay no heed to what can't be cured. But she can't stop those thoughts either. And she can't forget. Her hands are of his colour.
Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. There is none but him whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar.
Yeah. Who are those two shifty lurkers there? We're men, is what they'd say. Just men. And so they are. In the catalogue, they go for men. But both are reckless of what they do to spite the world. And Macbeth has need of men like this. He fears the witches' prophecies, that Banquo's children will be kings. So tonight, these two have a job to do for Macbeth.
It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
And find it out tonight it does. Banquo is concluded. all according to plan. Or almost according to plan. Banquo's son Fleance gets away. And the murdered Banquo returns to haunt Macbeth.
No, out.
These are fears and double fears. Can the prophecies be true or partly true? How can he possibly find out?
Round about the cauldron go.
In the poisoned entrails throw.
Sweltered venom, sleeping gut, boiled out thirsty, the charming pot.
Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now, thy secret black and midnight hags, what is't you do?
A deed.
A deed.
A deed without a name.
I conjure you, by that which you profess, howe'er you come to know it, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak.
Demand.
We'll answer.
Tell me, thou unknown power,
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou naught.
Macbeth! 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 Beware the dark! Beware the pain of life!
whate'er thou art, for thy good caution thanks. Thou hast harped my fear aright. But one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another more potent than the first.
Macbeth! Macbeth! Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Love to scorn the power of man, for not a woman born to harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff, what need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live. What is this third?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Macbeth shall never vanquish me until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest? Bid the tree unfix his earthbound root. Sweet bodements good. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if thou art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know.
Show,
Show, show, show his eyes, grieve his heart, grieve his heart, grieve his heart. Come like shadows.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down! Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs. Horrible sight, now I see 'tis true. For the blood-bolted Banquo smiles upon me, and points at them for his. What, is this so?
Aye, sir, all this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? Come, sisters, cheer we up his sprites and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound, while you perform your antic round, that this great king may kindly say our duties did his welcome pay.
Where are they? Gone. Let this pernicious hour stand aye accursed in the calendar.
Beware Macduff. Where is Macduff, the Thane of Fife? Rumour says he's in England with Malcolm, the old king's son. Rumour says they're raising an army against Macbeth. And with Macduff in England, Macbeth sends men to murder his family. More blood on his hands. There's blood on her hands too, which she can't put out of her mind.
Out! Damn spot! Out, I say! 1, 2. Why then 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! What? The soldier interfered? What need we fear who knows it when none can call our power to account? Yet who'd have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him? The Thane of Fife had a wife! Where is she now? What? Will his hands ne'er be clean? Here's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo is buried. He cannot come out on his grave. To bed. To bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come. 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 Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly, all. Till Birnam Wood removed to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Then fly, false thanes, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by, and the heart I bear, shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear. Wherefore was that cry?
The Queen, my lord, is dead.
Oh, she should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Gracious, my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but I know not how to do it.
Well, say so.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave.
Let me enjoy your wrath, if it be not so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming, I say, a moving grove.
If thou speakst false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive, till famine cling thee. Fear not to Burnham Wood to come to Dunsinane. And now a wood comes toward Dunsinane. Arm! Arm and out! If this, which he avouches, does appear, there is no flying hence, nor tarrying here. I begin to be aweary of the sun, and wish the estate of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell! Blow wind! Come rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back! Turn, hellhound, turn! Of all men else, I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villain than terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labour. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still dost serve tell thee Macbeth was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Cursed be that tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, or to be baited by the rabble's curse. Though Burnham wood be come to Dunsinane, and thou opposed being of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Lay on Macduff, and damned be him that first cries, "Hold! Enough!"
Hail, King! For so thou art. Thy father's son, the usurper, now is dead. The time is free. Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland!
When shall we three meet again?
In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burlies die. When the battles